Today we're diving into the relationship between XRP and SWIFT, two big names in the world of global payments. Let's break down what SWIFT is, how much money flows through it, what XRP is trying to solve, and whether there's a real partnership in place or not. Before we jump into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates on XRP, crypto, and the future of global finance. I post regular breakdowns like this to help you understand what's really happening behind the headlines, so stick around, and let's get into it. SWIFT stands for the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. It's not a bank, and it doesn't actually move money itself. Instead, SWIFT is a secure messaging network that lets banks and financial institutions around the world communicate with each other about transactions. For example, when one bank in one country wants to send money to another bank across the world, SWIFT provides the standardized messages and codes that allow them to exchange all the details quickly and securely. SWIFT doesn't handle the actual funds. The money still moves through correspondent banks and settlement systems, but it's the backbone of how most international transactions are instructed. There are over 11,000 institutions connected to SWIFT across more than 200 countries, and it handles millions of messages every single day. Because so many banks are plugged into this system, it's deeply entrenched in the global financial network. This makes it incredibly hard to replace, even if new technology promises to be faster or cheaper. To get an idea of the scale, global cross-border money flows, including trade, remittances, and business payments, amount to well over $100 trillion each year. That's a massive volume, and even small improvements in efficiency can save billions. However, the traditional system is slow, costly, and complex. Transfers can take several days, and banks often have to hold pre-funded accounts, called Nostro or Vostro accounts, in other countries just to make settlements work. This ties up capital and adds extra fees. That's where XRP and Ripple come in. Ripple is the company behind XRP, and their goal is to solve the very problems that make international payments slow and expensive. By using the XRP ledger, they can move value almost instantly, in just a few seconds. XRP can act as a bridge currency between two different fiat currencies, allowing banks and payment providers to settle transactions without keeping huge amounts of money locked away in foreign accounts. The idea is that this on-demand liquidity reduces costs, increases speed, and makes cross-border transfers far more efficient. Ripple's network, often referred to as RippleNet, is designed to handle these kinds of transactions, offering a modern alternative to the older systems built around SWIFT. Now, a big question people ask is whether SWIFT and Ripple are partners. This is where a lot of confusion and speculation come in. Ripple and SWIFT are not officially partnered in any large-scale, confirmed way. While both operate in the same space and are trying to modernize global payments, SWIFT continues to upgrade its own systems, like adopting ISO 20022 messaging standards, while Ripple is building an entirely new blockchain-based network. Some reports and rumors suggest tests or limited interoperability discussions, but there's no public announcement or evidence of a full integration where SWIFT is directly using XRP for settlements. That being said, both companies share similar goals: faster, more transparent, and more efficient payments. It's possible that in the future, SWIFT systems could communicate or interoperate with blockchain-based networks like Ripple's, especially as the industry shifts to more data-rich and digital-friendly messaging standards. But for now, XRP is not embedded inside SWIFT's core infrastructure. As for timelines, some people speculate that as the financial world fully transitions to ISO 20022 standards, possibly between 2025 and 2026, it may create more opportunities for blockchain-based settlement options. If XRP were ever to be used by institutions that also rely on SWIFT, it would likely start through pilot programs and limited use cases before becoming mainstream. However, large-scale adoption would still depend on regulation, bank readiness, and interoperability, and those are big hurdles. There are still challenges ahead. Regulation remains one of the biggest factors, since governments and financial regulators have to approve how digital assets are used in banking. Banks are cautious about adopting new technologies, especially those involving cryptocurrencies, because they need absolute certainty around compliance and risk. Volatility is another consideration. If XRP's price moves too much, banks may hesitate to use it for large settlements. Still, Ripple has continued building partnerships with individual banks and payment companies around the world, offering solutions even beyond the use of XRP. In conclusion, SWIFT is the established global messaging system that connects nearly all major banks, while XRP and Ripple are offering a modern alternative designed to make cross-border payments faster, cheaper, and more efficient. They're not official partners today, but they're operating in the same space, aiming to solve similar problems with different approaches. If adoption continues to grow and the financial system becomes more open to blockchain-based solutions, we could see some level of interoperability or integration in the coming years. For now, though, the relationship between XRP and SWIFT is mostly a matter of speculation, innovation, and watching where the global payment landscape evolves next. Hope this breakdown was of value to you. Thanks for watching.